Hey everyone, Luke here with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Verizon iPhones and why you should be careful with buying them from now on. Let's go. Hey everybody, Luke here with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Verizon iPhones, specifically new sealed iPhones, and I'm going to tell you one big secret, and I'm also going to tell you why it's going to be going away. And it brings me much sadness to say this because this is going to cut profit margins a lot. But for those of you out there that have been shipping out sealed Verizon iPhones to your direct buyers or on eBay, and you've been pricing them as bad ESN or locked or whatever you want to call it, if you actually wait a day or two, 1 or 2 business days, if you check the IMEI of that sealed Verizon iPhone, typically after 2 business days, sometimes 1 business day, the Verizon iPhone will no longer say SIM locked, it will actually show SIM unlocked. Now, all of the direct buyers have known this for the longest time. Of course, they don't tell anybody because they want to make the most money on any phone that they get in there because they work on slim margins. So for those of you out there that have been shipping out tons of sealed Verizon iPhones that say locked, chances are 2 days later after your direct buyer gets it and rechecks the IMEI, they're selling it for a fat $200 to $300 profit as a SIM unlocked price. Unfortunately, for everybody out there that has known this trick, Verizon is now going to be locking their phones up to 60 days after purchase. So basically, the FCC, which is the Federal Communications Commission, has actually granted Verizon permission to keep newly purchased phones locked to its network for a period of 60 days. So this kind of sucks for us flippers out there and for any direct buyers out there, just because it was a known thing that if you waited after buying a sealed Verizon phone from a seller, especially a seller that's just an average flipper, maybe they're just trying to dump the stuff, they don't know that it becomes SIM unlocked, you could buy Verizon iPhones at a locked price, wait a day or two, then invoice your direct buyer for a SIM unlocked price, which would basically net you a $300 to $400 profit, depending on how much you paid your seller, which was super awesome. For those of you that have watched some of my past videos, I'm sure you've seen some of my SIM Unlocked videos where I'd buy 4 or 5 sealed phones and make $400 to $500 a piece. This is exactly how. Paying $500 for an XS Max 256 gig from Verizon, wait 2 days, it shows SIM Unlocked. Then, after it shows SIM Unlocked, then and only then do you invoice your direct buyer and then you get the maximum profit. But going back to what I said, basically around June, I think it was June 28th or maybe July 5th, there was 2 different articles that I read on this, and they're completely legitimate sources, so it's kind of sad, but basically, the FCC has granted Verizon permission to keep newly purchased phones locked to its network for a period of 60 days. As a result, the leading U.S. carrier basically is saying that it's going to start doing that. So, for those of you out there that are buying Verizon phones, be careful when appraising them. If you already know this secret and this tip, be careful because it could be soon a thing of the past where the Verizon new sealed iPhones are not going to unlock a day or 2 later. So basically, Verizon has already gotten the permission from the Federal Communications Commission, so it's already gotten the permission from them. It's going to start implementing it anytime. Of course, they're not going to put out a statement and saying, we're going to implement this. They're going to do it at random, and it's going to catch everybody off guard. So I'm here to deliver this update for you, this news, whatever, to kind of help you, warn you, and help you adjust your phone flipping business so you don't lose money when this happens. Basically, the reason why they're doing this is they're claiming it's basically meant to prevent fraud and identity theft. For people out there that use other people's identities to order phones and stuff. After the 60-day period, the phones will unlock automatically. This is straight from the executive vice president at Verizon. So, then you must ask the question, if you appraise it as locked, do you wait 60 days at that locked price, being locked is normally $200 to $300 lower than unlocked, and wait till it actually shows unlocked to invoice your direct buyer? Depending on the market and depending on your capital, this might be a foolproof strategy to just wait out the lock period and then invoice as SIM unlocked. So I'm not sure if this is necessarily better or worse than before. It was obviously nice to only wait 2 days and get a SIM unlocked phone and invoice for it. But if we're basically getting a guarantee that after 60 days the phone's going to be unlocked, that could also be an awesome thing. However, after 60 days, that leaves the phone open to susceptible scams for quite some time. Where 2 days, the phone's unlocked, you can ship it out, get paid for it, good to go. But if we're waiting 60 days, who's to say that the seller couldn't report it stolen or lost or make up something or do some insurance fraud case and basically screw the whole phone deal up and they end up getting blacklisted rather than being SIM unlocked? You never know. So this 60-day time frame period or wait period really changes the game up, and it's going to cut profits. And like I said, we will only know when this actually starts getting implemented. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to try and pick up some brand new sealed phones, and then I'm going to wait out the 60-day unlock period and just see what happens. Will it really SIM unlock no matter what happens on the seller's part or whoever sold it to you? So basically, what the article said is Verizon plans to implement the 60-day lock very soon. So not sure exactly when this means, but like I said, I know there was one article that was posted late June and then one in early July. So the reason why Verizon is doing this is Verizon claims 7,000, which is a lot, of its customers were affected by identity theft in 2018, which is a 46% increase from 2017. Like I've said, whether it is genuine business or fraudulent business, the smartphone industry is ever growing. There's 2.5 billion active smartphone users out there, and this business is only going to get bigger and bigger. So Verizon says its handset fraud cost the company around 190 million last year. So that's pretty big. So that is why the FCC reached a decision back in February basically saying that Verizon's numbers were enough to convince the FCC that a 60-day lock period is acceptable despite objections raised by T-Mobile, Verizon's competitor. So that's kind of funny because T-Mobile is just so out of the game compared to Verizon and AT&T, just from my own personal experience. So Verizon's competitor said the requested waiver would eviscerate the unlocking rule. The FCC disagreed and actually laid out its reasoning that just based on all of the, speculation, the numbers, and that allowing handsets to be locked for 60 days will not interfere significantly with this policy objective. Verizon indicates that only a tiny fraction of its customers port their numbers or change carriers within the first 60 days of service, and that those who do change carriers usually return their handsets to Verizon within the 14-day return period. So basically, that is what is going on. That is why you need to be careful with buying new sealed unlocked Verizon phones, because they might not be unlocked anymore as soon as you may think. And if you didn't know this tip and you're selling to direct buyers and you've been selling all of your sealed Verizon phones as locked because you get them, check the IMEI, and then sell them the same day, you're going to start making $200 to $300 profit more on your sealed devices that you purchase. Just wait 1 to 2 business days, recheck the IMEI, and you will notice that the Verizon phones actually become SIM unlocked. Now, however, at the time of seeing this video, depending on what city you are in, perhaps your local Verizon store or wherever the phones came from, they may have already implemented this policy, unfortunately. So that being said, just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Wanted to keep you, out on the lookout. Don't want to see anybody losing money out there, whether you're in my group, you're a paid member of mine, or just somebody watching my YouTube channel. I want everybody to win out there. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Hope you got some value from this. Hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.